Manakano. What do I take on? I can have one gate on Dodo. Someone upon making a Moki Venu. How could you with them? They could buy no. What about the Quago? What make it a quago? What make it a quago? Don't go over Tobia. Don't go over Tobia. But let's have your flack of the I'll live me. Angela made me say, I'll live me. Brother, Biafra go be to Mumma Dodo. I think you're going to can I own sit down and go be to Mumano. In Malafari. Tini, I'm not a metal if you remember like a memory in if you pass them on the Kunali, you know, Kunu. It's not a convention came with 29 November, Latino. Now, but December 30, declare like the Aflano. University Melum go be to Mumma. It's anywhere that Patano. Onye na-akpọ nwere ife ọ na-eme na-azabata n'obi nwere ife ọ na-eme na-azabata n'obi ụda adụ ife abịanụ ewetara anyị Biafra be anyị nụ oge adị anyị mmanụ anyị emerụ ka isi emeri ma mere anyị ka isi emenụ asị aka nnukwu aka ebe akwa aka nni dodo ori mere anyị kiri na akwa ya esoghị na asụsụ tie gị ikenụ isi na egbe ebiri na anyị edebe na ala anyị edebe n'elu onye si na ọ na-afọ anyị eme ya ọfụ n'anya anyị ọkwa isi na onwe ka isi kwado ori anyị emeghị ibe ha afụ n'anya nụ onye si na nke anyị na-eme ya dụ ma ya nwere ike tii na nke anyị nụ onye si n'isi ụlọ ahụ agaghị eji nke ewere na aja nụ dodo ori ekerekwa gị eke ụbọchị eke na aga alụrụ ọfọ dodo ori ga-ekekere ya atụ iji flebe eluigwe ma gba alụ nguzi ụbọchị eke nụ ma nwa alụghị edoko oge elu ụnụ ma nwa alụghị oji ụbọkọ ngochasịala ụnụ asịrị ụbọchara acha nwere ntiti dodo ori na-atọ n'ije anaghị ugo na mmiri mana ugo na-atụ ugo alụ ụlọ ori onye ka na-ana ka na agọla ụta bụ ụbọchị eke nụ Eke ikpe oke weta ife ọma nri ọdụ m ekelekwa gị n'okwu ekwe ego na ọmaka ya emere unu na mmụọ ọgwụ na-apụ apụ mkpata ọbata ya apụ apụ o wee mkpa ahụ mmụọ na-apụ apụ mmụọ oge nnu siri na agwa alụmokwu n'afọ arị gwa m ife ma agwa ike obi dị gị mgbe n'onu eri maka ịkpa m na ọkpa metụlarị unu ife na ịkpa m n'aka ọbara tụrụ ọbara ya alụghị ọbara tụrụ eri ife na-ekwu n'anya arị atịrị so na ndị odi ndị akara anọrị mgbe meela anyị gobido anyị mmanụ na Naijiria dozi ọnọdụ ori maka na mkpakọta si obodo afọ na manya natakwa rio mana ibulatara anyị afọ na ọnọdụ ori dodo ọdụ na-ekelekwa alụ na eze agụtara obi ọnụmekenekwa ego ọgbakọbalụ m na nwere mgbe ịgbalụ ndị zu ọsọ dodo ori na ha ma ife ọdọgwu na-elo ha nụ iwe chiri medal atụghatara ha anyị chọrọ ime ka ha fụ n'anya arị mgbe bunatara Biafra ka obido ụmụ mmanụ bunatara Biafra ka obido ụmụ mmanụ na-atụkwa n'azụ ụgbọ na ife oyimi na akọ n'oyi ihe emelụ m ka obido ụmụ mmanụ enweghị ihe ọgụ n'okwu eyi sikpụtara Biafra ka anyị nwee n'onwe anyị dodo ori ekele kele n'ọlụ m na ndị ka anụ ebe nyere gị igwe kwụsị ntolu ụlọ anyị kebụrụ mgbọrọgwụ na n'ụdị eyi ma mere anyị omelu oyi Finland be anyị ndị lati onumekenekwa unu elezasa stọp onumekenekwa ego faụnda onumekenekwa ego adanda bụ na ndị ekene onumekenekwa ego achara ugo nwaanyị ọgba ngebe oyibonụ ọnụmekene egwu n'okwu eyi nwakọbaka esi eme ọdịnala dodo ọnụmekenekwa unu doonu ka ọnụ kenekwala unu ka unu ha wee kpuchie ya onumekenekwa unu ndị muvin tren onumekenekwa unu lizin ọfisa n'obodo niile onumekenekwa unu ndị banyị nọ France onumekenekwa unu Germany onumekenekwa unu ndị obodo unu onumekenekwa unu onumekenekwa unu na-eme ka obidiri mana akanụ ọdụm anyị njebe ọnụ ekelekwa nga ekele ọnụ dodori sabọnụ kpọnụm ekele ego mmụọ ka ibe enu ọkụzi egwebe m ndị ekwuribe anyị nụ ọdụm ekelekwa agụ ọdụm ekelekwa agụ ọdụm ekelekwa agụ na ngwụ wọbata obie na ngwụ wọbata obie mgbebeletara anyị Biafra ka obi edere anyị nụ alụrụ egwu obe Naijiria eme m ife Allewo me. Brother Biafra go bidu mumma dodori. Abi fi bala na kwa kana yo no sigba me nya ko bidu mumma no.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Mala pali. Tini bamna pa metela ni fi même na ka me na ni fi. Ipazie no no me.
Ndewo. Onye kwuru ka a na-eme ọbata obi ya. Ihe kwuru ka a na-eme. Onye ọwụ nna m. Ihe bụ ụwa agụ chụpụsịrị ndị zoo police na checkpoint na Biafra land.
Mmadụ ga-eme ya.
Mmadụ ga-eme ya.
O nwere ka ị ga-esi tigide ụmụazị ihe ofe ụbọchị ha kwụrụ kwechiri ọhịa anyị na-eme
anyị kwechiri
anyị nụcha ọgụ a anywhere afọrọ ihe yiri ndị Biafra mgbe Usman Dan Fodio buru agha nke ya wee bata wee gbugide ndị ugwu wee gbuchie ha wee were ana ha sọnsọ that story ahụ akụkọ ahụ ihe a na-akọrọ anyị akọgide aka ka Usman Dan Fodio si wee gbuchie ndị ugwu o wee bụzi ya datina onye sizi n'ugwu Awụsa wee pụta maa agụ ụra n'ala Igbo isisi agbakwana ejekwana dị ọgụ na ọ na-agbakwa daga maka ọrụ ihe a kọrọ anyị ndị a were egwu Igbo onye Awụsa maa agụ ụra ịgbachi ya nkịtị maka na ịma na ọ ga-ama gị daga mana ọ macha gị daga ahụ nwe ihe ị ga-eme ndị a wee were ụjọ wee jide anyị wee na-dagbuo onye ugwu mee gị ihe ịgbachi nkịtị ị na-edi ya mana onye nwanne gị bụ onye Igbo mee gị ihe o wee Biafra mee gị ihe isi ka egbuo ya nkịta nke echi maka na ịma na ọ naghị ama daga aga m agwa unu na daga anyị kịta abụrụzi against ndị Igbo daga anyị kịta bụ against ndị ahụ bịara ube anyị igbu anyị kwotu Usman Dan Fodio style a ga-ama ha ivu eva n'ụwa niile a daga niile ha malụ n'ugwu Awụsa anyị ga-amakarịa ha nwasef ebe a ka anyị nọ amachazịa ozi onwe ya will now begin to idozi ana anyị dozie ana Igbo dozie ana Biafra ọ dịla anyị mma maka na ihe anyị na-achọ ka ọ dị onye ọbụla na mma ka ihe niile a na-eme na-aga aga onye nwere isi ọgụgụ ọ gụọ onye nwere isi eji alụpụta ihe o mee ya na-alụ ya na-afọ ya na ya na-eme kọmpetishọn n'ọhịa ọhịa na-eme ka ụwa dị mma onye ọbụla na-egoli ndewonu.
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule, the same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit.
Only one under his leadership, His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Anybody that is confusing anyone or telling you there is another, no, there is nothing. There's just one, recognized by His Excellency Simon Ekpa. And we can pray. Once he has that communication, Biafrans, we understand that Obato Obie does not take no crap from nobody. No matter who you are, you must respect that authority. That authority is the only thing that can protect all of us. But we thank God, somebody said this is a transition period. If these things does not happen, Biafrans will not know who is following our prime minister, who wants him to fail, who wants him to be out. So this moment is ordained to happen so that Biafrans will know who is who in this restoration process. So on that note, I welcome everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. Wherever you are joining from, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of this program. Remember, in this platform, we propagate the gospel of Biafra, and we are 100% in support of the United States of Biafra under our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and today under the command of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nandekam. That is where we stand. Today is Monday. Every one of us know what Monday is. Monday is a day of sit at home. Today being Monday, Biafra land is under lock and key. Biafra land is completely locked down. It does not matter what the enemies think, the propaganda of Nigerian government, the propaganda of the governors. The truth remains that Biafra land is under lock and key. And Biafra has once again shown the whole world that they will never be part of anything called the Zoological Republic. The Biafrans have also shown the world that Nigerian government has no legitimacy in Biafra land. The Biafran people have shown the world that they are not going to back down on the full restoration of Biafra on the ground. Every one of us know that Biafra have already been declared. And today, Biafra is working towards recognition and full restoration. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It doesn't matter what they are doing. It doesn't matter the blackmail and propaganda. The restoration of Biafra is signed and sealed, and nobody is going to stop it. I urge everyone to continue to support the United States of Biafra. Support the United States of Biafra any way you can, in all angles, in all directions. We have only one United States of Biafra under the command of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. There is only one, not two, only one. Do not get distracted, no matter what you hear, no matter the propaganda, the blackmail. Biafran people are ready to go home and the journey has started. Every Monday, when you look at Biafra land and you still have doubt that Biafrans are ready to go, that means you are fooling yourself. If after looking into Biafra land, every Monday you are still having doubt, oh, maybe or maybe not, you are fooling yourself. Because the restoration of Biafra has just begun. Full restoration on the ground. No matter what the enemies are saying, no matter their propaganda and their blackmail, it does not matter what they think or how they think about it. The most important thing is that we are good to go. The Biafran people are good to go. And no man born of a woman will stop us from exiting the zoological republic called Nigeria. Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is not a country, has never been. No matter the lies they continue to tell every blessed day, everybody on this planet Earth knows Nigeria is a failed state. Nigeria is the only country in the world that terrorizes its own citizens. The only country in the world that destroyed the life of its own citizen for its own selfish interests. Nigeria is the only country that intentionally sponsored terrorism against its own people. When we say these words, there are evidence to back up every single claim we make. Evidence not just from us, evidence from Nigerian government itself. The atrocities they are committing in Biafra land as we speak. The bombing of the home of innocent people, destruction of life and property of innocent people. People who has not committed any crime whatsoever. Nigeria has continued to plan genocide against the Biafran people. The genocidal move of Nigeria must not be overlooked. In Biafra land today, people are losing their life on a daily basis. And nobody is talking. Everybody feels it doesn't concern them. Even in Biafra land, some Biafrans feel less concerned. They feel less concerned because it has not happened to a member of their family. They feel less concerned because it is not happening in their village. They feel less concerned because it's not happening to their friends. And it is sad. The same way in that contraption called Nigeria, some people are just focusing on their own ethnic group. When an ethnic group is being decimated and lives are lost, you are not concerned. When it happened in the north, the people in the southwest don't care. After all, it is not in the southwest. When it happened in the southwest, people in the southeast don't care. After all, it's not in the southeast. When it happened in the southeast, people in the middle belt do not care because it's not in the middle belt. And when it happened in the middle belt, people in the north don't care because it's not in the north. The divisiveness in Nigeria is a destructive one. The diversity is huge. This is a crime against humanity that the United Kingdom have committed. And they have refused to correct this very crime. They have refused to take responsibility for this crime they committed in mopping up people that don't have anything in common together and force them and continue to force them to be together up to this date as we speak. How long are we going to continue to pretend that all is well when we know that all is not well? Wherever you are in Biafra land, you must tighten up your belt because the war is on already. The war is on. And we cannot fold our hands and allow the enemy to come in our house, take our children, take our mothers and sisters. You must begin to equip yourself for the battle ahead. Many of us have seen videos, very disgusting videos, very terrible videos that are coming up, more especially from the southeast. Something that hasn't been happening. People in Biafra land are people that value life. People in Biafra land value life so much. We are not known with wasting of life or shedding innocent blood. We know that in every region there are bad people and there are good people, but you cannot compare what is happening today in Biafra land to what is supposed to be. Everybody knows what Biafrans are known for. We value life so much. We like to enjoy life and allow others to enjoy life as much as they can. But the British have brought us and forced us into an environment where we have no other option than to fight for our life. And that we are going to do. Mazen Nandekano calls this the devil's alternative. The devil's alternative. If you fight, you die. If you don't fight, you will still die. It is better you fight and die. And you know at least you fought. Wherever you are in Biafra land today, you must prepare yourself and equip yourself for the battle ahead. It is not going to be an easy battle. But I urge you to please pay attention. Do not be deceived. Do not be distracted. Don't allow anybody to push you right, left, and center. Continue to hold on to your legitimate right of self-determination, because that is the only place you have assurance of security, assurance of life, assurance of good living, assurance of good economy. The only place you can find peace and assurance is in Biafra. And that is why every Biafran must put their hand on deck. Let us fight for our future. Let us fight for our generation unborn. Let us fight for survival. If we do not fight, we're going to die. If we do, we will die. But it's better we die fighting than for us to watch somebody chop off our throat or take our family members in our presence. Wherever you are watching this video from, I urge you to tighten up your belt and support the government of the day. Support the government of Biafra. The United States of Biafra has been declared on the 29th of November 2024, and that declaration stands. It does not matter whether you agree with it or not. It doesn't matter whether you have a different ideology or not. That doesn't count. What matters today is what the Biafran people want. Self-determination. And we're going to pursue it with the last drop of our blood. You heard Mazen Nandekano say that even if it will cost lives, so be it. At the end of the day, even if it's only one person that is left, that one person will seek for a nation where human beings can live like humans instead of living like animals. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that participated in today's sit at home. I appreciate every one of you that have made it that Biafra land will be locked down. I appreciate everyone that have played one role or the other. In whichever way you have contributed, I appreciate you and I thank you for your effort. Don't give up. Continue to put in more effort. Double your effort. That is the right thing to do. Whatever you are doing, double it. Because we are getting to the toughest area. The defense of Biafra land is a must, and we must defend it. Your financial support is needed. Your moral support is needed. Your prayer support is needed. Do your part and allow Chukwu Okukabiyama to do the rest. My fellow Biafrans, as always, I will always try to share with you the views from the other side. You will hear from Biafrans, their argument. You will hear their Biafrans, their narrative. You will hear from Biafrans what they have to say, and you make your own impact also, impute if you want to do so. Let us listen to other comrades, what they have to say on stage. They have been there. All we are doing all this while, all Mazi Samako was doing all this while to make sure that they are being stopped, to make sure they do not continue. To make sure they did not continue. That is what we are trying to do. To make sure they did not continue. The people that are in charge of the insecurity in Biafra land has always been the Nigerian government. Nigerian government is the mastermind of the insecurity that have been happening. We say it on social media, they say we are making noise. Some people say it on their conventional media and nobody paid attention, but today everything is playing out. Everything is playing out. And I want to remind us and take us back to that. Let me play this video. Let us listen to this video before we continue.
Geopolitical zone was destabilized by Abuja.
How?
Well, it started with police stations being attacked. You go to some place like Imo State, they attack the police station. The military, this thing is that of Obinze, they are just minutes away. Other military formations are there. They sack the prison. Nobody will do anything. All over the east.
Who was sacking the prisons, attacking the police stations?
Those people who were organized to attack those police stations and prisons were releasing prisons. That was where it started.
IPOB?
No, I'm not saying IPOB. I said those thugs who were attacking were doing those. But the central point I'm making is that you can't have a government in place and they sack a police station today, no defense. They sack a second one tomorrow, no defense. They sack 10 police stations in the state, no defense.
Chief Iluagbunam,
This thing
who was attacking the police stations? Is it IPOB?
You asked me that question. I said,
yes,
no, I don't attribute those attacks to them. The people who should have answered their question are the government functionaries who had the means and the wherewithal to counter those attacks. But that was leading to answering your question, the destabilization of the Southeast geopolitical zone. Okay. Now, when Buhari was military head of state, he organized with some ex-Israeli security agents to go and kidnap Umar Diko in London and bring him back to this country. They kidnapped Umar Diko, they took him to Stansted Airport, they created him, dropped him, but the Scotland Yard Police Department, they found out and released the man. 30 years later, when he became civilian head of state, he went to Kenya and seized Nnamdi Kanu and brought him back here. That is at the heart of the instability in the country now. The Supreme Court has said, release this man. The Supreme Court is the highest judicial authority. If you release Nnamdi Kanu today, I tell you, the chances of peace returning will be 90%. Why? A lot of the disorder you see in the Southeast zone now is tied to sit at home.
Who ordered sit at home in the first place?
When it started?
Yeah.
When it started, it was IPOB. Initially. At that time, nobody was forced to sit at home. People did it willingly, who liked. If you didn't like, you went your way, nobody disturbed you. Now, you have multiple voices ordering sit at homes. There's one fellow who is in Finland.
Simon Ekpa.
He orders sit at home. Sometimes he said people should buy food stuff and stay indoors for 2 weeks. Such ridiculous things. There are all kinds of names. Some of them nicknames. Ordering sit at home, sit at home, sit at home.
Should we accuse Nnamdi Kanu of instigating the crisis and the instability in the Southeast?
Now, if you want to do that, you have the freedom to do that. You have the freedom to accuse any other person you like. But I'm not going to be party to that kind of antipathy. That's not the way I function. I'm telling you, ask me a question, and I'm answering, Abuja destabilized the Southeast zone. They can stabilize it again by releasing this man who the Supreme Court said...
He was released before. Did that bring peace to the Southeast?
After he was released, what happened?
What happened?
They went to his father's house and sacked the place, killed people and destroyed the whole place.
Before the father's house was sacked, what happened?
I don't know what happened. Tell me what happened. I'm not a tape recorder.
Because you live in the southeast. You are a
I
village man.
I don't live in Abia State.
But you
and whatever is in the news, if you are in Scotland, you will see it. You will know it. If you are in South Africa, if you are in Bermuda, you will still know. So you will also know that.
I know Chuksule Bunam is a village man.
Yes, I am a village man.
He lives in the village.
I do.
He understands what goes on in the southeast.
I understand what goes on in my village.
Your ears are on the ground.
Your ears are also on the ground. Are they not? Yeah, ears are also on the ground.
So Tinubu releasing Nnamdi Kanu now. That is what you are saying.
Yes, because people who have similar charges like himself have been released. So already he's in freedom bound back into the US. This other guy of the Mieti idea is in freedom and do his whatever is his business in northern Nigeria. And this man, the Supreme Court has said, release this man. So you have got to be told why they think that this man cannot be released. And let me make a final point why I'm saying this is. I believe that there will be some kind of order. Everybody claims to be IPOB. Everybody claims to be ESN. We don't know who is who because we are not members of their organization. But I'm saying that if you have Nnamdi Kanu out and he says, cease, sit at homes, any other alternate voice that comes in will be dealt with.
But he has said it from the courts.
They said they didn't believe him, that he wasn't the person who said it. It is not, they said they don't believe it, that he's under duress, that he's still in captivity. Bring him out.
And hopefully Tinubu will bring him out.
Yes, hopefully.
The Igbo nation is speaking up.
In fact, if I were the man, I won't wait for the Igbo nation to do the right thing. I will do the.
You see, I played this video because of a certain reason. For you to see the idiocy of some of them who call themselves for Hades Ndibo and elders in Igbo land. When you see this man, how confused and incoherent he has been in this very speech. He started, first of all, to tell us that it is Nigerian government that destabilized the Southeast. He jumped from the Nigerian government and began to blame Mazi Simon Ekpa for holding swear for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure that he's been released. And at the same time, he's calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is how confused this idiot are. And today, Mazi Simon Ekpa is not in the picture. Go and see what is happening. Go and see what is happening. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not released. Mazi Simon Ekpa, they ganged up, wrote petition, ganged up, put a bounty on his head, ganged up, and did all manner of things. And today, they forgot that Mazi Simon Ekpa has been the one stopping this nonsense that is happening. And they forgot that this thing that is happening today, the warning came not yesterday, it came long before now. It came long before now. And that was why Mazi Simon Ekpa stepped out. And one of those warnings I'm going to play here. I'm going to play the two warnings. One of the warnings, let me play the warning. But some of us who have forgotten, we forget and know where we are coming from. When we see these bloody things we are seeing today, these gory videos we are seeing, it didn't start today. And that was why Mazi Simon Ekpa stepped up. And idiots like this will come online and they talk down on him and call him names. And today, look at what is happening. The same people are the ones crying. You are asking for this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You are fighting against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you are destroying somebody who is holding sway for him. Let's listen to one of the warnings that was given before now.
That these people told us that they are going to bring, after buying enough weapons, they'll bring all those that have been put in disarray or driven away from Zamfara, Katsina, Zambisa Forest, that they are all coming to locate themselves in Igbo land, that there's no security in Igbo land, that they will come there and then they will deal with us. And that the dumb man was just flippant. Maybe he took something. He said, do you know Ibadan? Lagos Expressway? We are in all the bush there. We're everywhere there. We're also in the south. So we are waiting for the slightest signal. We will finish you people and take over this land. So they claim that Nigeria belongs to Fulani. They said it. That is why we are afraid of, I've been talking about this open grazing and this Roga. Yeah. They have a plan. They have a plan. And I accuse the soldiers who are not non-Christians, some of them are Fulani, they are part of it. Because they are shooting these men. You know, when our people wanted to comb the bush, the soldiers said, if you move a step, we finish you. Don't go there. So they know where the boys are. They know the location. And what they do is in the daytime, they use their cow to confuse people. Then after some time, the cows will go to rest and they take their gun and do the operation of kidnapping. Government should act decisively. They should act decisively. Otherwise, what is happening in the northern part of the country will be a child's play to what will happen here. So government should sit up, because the primary purpose of government is to secure life and property. Yeah. Any government that has failed in that has failed woefully. And Nigeria is on a reverse gear. We are nosediving. We are nosediving. You know, we don't have security. All the bush we went around, no soldier, no police, nothing. The people, you know, were having a field there. And where they released us was, if they kidnap people along Isukwato, they will parade them round, and there, when they pay ransom, they are released from that particular spot. Those they arrest, they kidnap along Enugu Expressway, Log Banta, they bring them. Eventually, they bring them there to collect ransom. Those they kidnap along anywhere in the south, around the southwest. So they know that they are there. And I guess that when I said to the Oga, how do you collect this money? He said, don't worry. Once we are through with you, we will invite motorcyclists. They will come and there will be a truck. A truck will come to put the money in the truck. And that the people who paid them said that was exactly what happened. Immediately they came out from the bush. They told them they were monitoring whether there is police or army. They said, go up. Okay, come back, come this way. And then eventually they stopped. A truck came without number. So the boys will carry one Ghana must go, put in the truck until they took the 100,000. After they have counted it, 100 million. They said, okay, you can.
My fellow Biafrans, you see, some of those things that are happening, it will seem as if it is new. When you hear about this kidnapping, the warning came beforehand. This is a prelate that was kidnapped. And the Fulanis told him to his face what they are going to do. And they are around, and they will continue to do it. And even that time, he made the revelation that these people are being backed up by the military. Nigerian government is sponsoring them, backing them up, covering them. And these idiots that call themselves politicians in the southeast, and those who call themselves elders and lawmakers and whoever, whatever name title they give themselves, traditional rulers, they did nothing about it up to today. They did nothing. Today, see the result. It's resurfacing again. The only man that came up that gave them fear, that made them to step back, was Master Simon Ekpa. When they saw that Master Simon Ekpa took up the mantle and they saw that things were happening. Now, every one of them went back. But today, they have all resurfaced again. They have all resurfaced again. Go to their platform now on their conventional media. You see them fighting themselves and talking rubbish. These are people who were condemning Master Simon Ekpa and calling him names. I hope we will learn our lesson. Some people will say it is even better you leave them to suffer a little bit before we react. But I believe they will learn their lesson this time around. Yeah, welcome, my beloved brother Maxwell. Go ahead and speak to us, Maxwell.
Thank you so much, Namuche.
Morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning, Uncle. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I had your name being mentioned yesterday by Bam. Sorry.
Really?
And me too, and some other people who he said they've abandoned him. Oh dear.
I watched one of yesterday. It's disheartening. It is disheartening. It's a nice song.
Yeah.
I salute every one of you that has never rested in the quest for Biafra. I salute every one of you, and I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will never allow the hard work that we have put into this struggle, go in vain. Chukwu Okike
Amen.
Abiama, do not allow our hard work, no matter how little it is, God, let it not be in vain. Let it be fruitful. Let our people, let my mother's ancestral land be free. Let them have their freedom. Let them be able to speak and stand and defend the rest of the black nations around the world and every black race, of African origin. I thank you, God. I also tell God to protect and guide my leader, Mazen Namdekan, wherever he is, as it is in my tradition. May Chukwu Okike Abiama also bless Simon Ekpa wherever he is. Whatever the enemies are fighting, the arrows that they are throwing both day and night, let it never be on them. Let it be blessing. Let it be blessing upon these two great sons of Biafra that has been incapacitated. We thank you. Oh my goodness. I also ask God to continue to protect those that have sacrificed their life to protect my mother's ancestral land where we could not, where we have not decided to come on board. May God protect them. May God give them the wisdom, the strength, make them invincible in the eyes of their enemies. May God bless Dr. Ngozi Orabueze and her cabinet members, those that have deprived themselves of sleep, and the time to marry and party, to go into the struggle to fight. I say, may God continue to bless, strengthen, empower, and guide each and every one of you. Mazi Chooks, you see, I sent you a video of what happened in Imo State. I am not happy. I think I sent you the video, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? A voice, it accompanied the video, is accompanied with a voice message. How these people are now back into our forest. They are now back. If you listen to that voice, you will know that these people are back in the forest and they are kidnapping, destroying, extracting body parts from our people. But we have governors. We have politicians in Southeast. Their duty is to protect the people that voted for them if there is anything like that in the zoo. But they cannot protect them. The only interest where they know how to fight so much is their own people, the Biafran people. Simon Ekpa, Mazen Namdekano, you and I, the great men and women of Biafra land that are fighting for the freedom of my mother's ancestral land. This is where they have every authority to fight, but they cannot fight the people that have taken over our forest. When Mazen Namdekano was there, when Simon Ekpa was still there, I do not think that these people have the access to enter into our forest. And you know how they manipulate the forest. That is their trading stock. That is what they know how to do. And they are going to continue to pluck our people until, God forbid, there is nobody else. If you remember, Obadiah said it, that they are ready, they are entering into the forest. They are entering every forest in old southern Nigeria. They are there. They are just waiting. And they will continue. That is what we call in the military plucking. They will be plucking our people one after the other, making money. Those that cannot pay, they dismember them, their bodies, and sell their body organs. as was said in one of the people that was released after paying the ransom. These are what is going on in my mother's ancestral land. Our land has been desecrated. Our land has been polluted. In addition to that, instead of our people to join hands, contribute to fight this evil, they are rather invoking using egg. They are using egg now. Biafran agitators, those that were with us before, are now using egg. They are invoking with egg. They have abandoned the Chukwu Kabiama that they preach, they call. You see, I always say it here. I do not know the reason why God brought me up in Igbo land. I do not know the reason why he made me to have your gene and your blood in me. Look, ara de no. It is not just only a person that has gone to the, baller, that has gone to the refuse bin, picking bottles and the rest of them, walking on the road, dressing shabbily on the road, that you can say that person is mad. Ara de no. I'm telling you the truth. Because what is going on now will show you that there are a limit to which a man or a woman will do something to his own people, and the Spirit of God will abandon that person and vanish. And the person will think that you are doing the best thing. Oh, you are doing the great thing. You are doing the right thing. You do not know that you are gone. You don't know that you are gone. This is what I have seen, and this is what is going on right now. Biafrans are gone on Africa. The great sons and daughters of the United States of Biafra are gone on Africa. And we must not bow to this. No matter what it is going to take us to do this, my people, we must come together to do it. We cannot leave it for one person. We must try as much as we can to fight this menace out of our land. We cannot continue to allow our people to be taken away the way they are being taken away. It is disheartening. I am not happy at all. I am not happy. I do not know how we are going to solve this issue. We are fighting for the restoration of Biafra. The enemies are right across our backyards, in our forests, blocking us one after the other, forcing us to pay huge amount of money to regain our freedom. Those that are unable to pay, they are being dismembered. Their vital organs are taken away from them. Why? Why? The people within this area that our people are being abducted on daily basis, what are you doing? What are you people doing over there? Is there no way that you can organize yourself to protect your land? These people came to Edo one certain time and attacked a particular place in Edo. The people mobilized themselves, blocked the road, and they went inside the forest to chase them. And some of them were captured. Why must we wait for the people in abroad to come and help you while you are home? Why will you help them? Why will you wait for them to come? They are contributing. They are going international. They are fighting where you cannot fight from home. Why can't you help them to fight at home and secure the land from these people and chase these people away? You allow them to have this field day in our forest, kidnapping our women, our young girls. Do you know what they do to them? Do you know? You are at home. Do you know what they do to these our young girls when they capture them? Will you know? Do you know? If you do not know, if you think that it's a kind of play, go and listen to what they did to that Yoruba woman. Is it a pastor and the husband? The husband is a pastor. I think from Ogun State or Ilorin. Go and watch the video. What they did the daughter and what they did the man. The woman said they raped the man until his leg could no longer carry him. The daughter was shouting and crying where they put her. They were taking turns on a child that is not even up to 15 years. And because of that, they swore not to return to Nigeria, even at death. Go and watch the video. The woman, she was not ashamed to say what they did to her. She even volunteered herself to be raped so that they will leave her daughter and her husband alone. Because of your lackadaisical attitude, you are waiting. You will not prepare yourself until before the rain comes. You evil people will always. We were known to be great people and warriors. When evil people make statements, the whole zoo shake. They were using us as an example on the people who are very, very brave. Today, our women are even stronger than us. The only thing we know how to do best is to gossip. How I wish that this fight will be called. How I wish that this fight will be called so that we'll know where we stand. We know what the equipment that we are going to operate with, and we would know how to use them very well. Mazi Chooks and every one of you in the comment section that is listening to me, it is disheartening that a stranger will come into my mother's ancestral land and begin to kidnap people, and we are paying ransom to them to get our freedom. And those that are unable to pay, their body are being dismembered in a very gruesome manner. I'm angry. Thank you, Mazi Chooks.
Thank you so much, my brother. It's a very worrisome, just like you mentioned that Obadiah Melifia. He gave the warning and he was very clear. I think I got the video here. Let's listen and hear once again and see.
And you will not believe it. The police detained both of them.
Oh my.
Yes. Now, General Zamani Lekot is a highly principled officer, very patriotic. As a young officer, he distinguished himself during the Nigeria-Biafra War. And somehow he was not in the good books of General Ibrahim Babangida, because he used to tell him to his face what he felt was wrong with his policies. So they were waiting for an alibi, and they got it in the Zangon Kataf riot. So they arrested him, detained him, created a kangaroo court, kangaroo court, and tried him. In the end, even the judge said that his hands were tied, as it were. They convicted him and sentenced him to death.
I have here
General Zamani Lekot has explained to me himself what they did to him.
For reporting Fulani, they sentenced him to death. For reporting Fulani killing in his community, they sentenced him to death. That is where some OB supporters are telling some people to come to Nigeria now. Come to Nigeria now. We will destroy Nigeria from afar, and we will restore the nation from different nations in Nigeria. Nigeria is gone, collapsed. Tell you come to Nigeria. Look at the story of Nigeria. Look at it. Listen to it. If a man who have served as a former governor, a military officer who fought and distinguished himself during Biafra war, can be treated like this for reporting a terrorist in his community. Who are you? Who are you? Even that time, Fulani has not taken over everywhere. So who are you? That is why we are not bothered of what this nonsense you are writing. That's why we are not bothered of all this propaganda, all this news media. You are all inside the bottle, caged. So we are not moved by what you write.
Torture, the agony. That for 2 weeks, they took him to the section where people are condemned and ready to be killed.
Oh, wow.
They put him next to the execution chamber. Early in the morning, they wake him up and say, let him have his last breakfast. They will open the execution chamber as if they are taking him there, and then they will close it again. They kept doing that for 2 weeks. Most people would have run insane. But he is a strong man. He became toughened psychologically, endured it until the outcry of the public dissuaded the Babangida administration from committing murder. So, Zandon Katab, and in the 90s, they came to my local government, which is Sanga local government, during all this Sharia palaver.
Okay.
And they brought a huge amount of money to the local Hausa chief and told him that his duty was to enforce Sharia in Sanga land.
Who are the they,
area that
Dr. Badaya?
the military administration of that time, together with some foreign jihadist interests, they get a huge amounts of money in Gwentu. Please take this record it is extremely important.
Yeah.
So a young man.
That reminds me, they said he said they brought money, and that they should follow jihadist interest and all that. I want to show you people that it is also happening as I speak. We were told that in Ngozi, they gathered some men and they promised them money. They asked them.
They are still doing it today in Imo State.
And abandon Biafra struggle. They asked them to abandon Biafra struggle, and I'm going to put here. They said they should abandon Biafra struggle, that they are going to be paying them salary. That is it. Now tell me, how can salary be the solution for your own freedom? I want you, look at these people you see on the screen. These are people that are fighting for Biafra. They went to Enugu. They said they want to go and collect amnesty. Have you seen where a freedom fighter is collecting amnesty? I don't know whether they are fighting for freedom or they are fighting for resource control. I do not know the kind of resource they were fighting to control in any ways. But look at them. They want to collect salary. They gathered them. They say, come, lay down your weapon, stop Biafra, stop agitating, we'll be paying you salary every month, every month. What these idiots that you see here now, of course, there are not many. What these idiots don't know is that when they are paying this salary, it will just last for a while. And then the person that will change the salary will come. And Nigeria have happened to them. They never receive that salary again. Now they gather them, tell them, come. We are going to be paying you salary every month. So leave Biafra. And some of them will accept it. Some of them will not accept it. And that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said they will pay you money. They will promise you even to buy your house in Dubai. They will promise you everything, but you can't stop this Biafra from coming. You can't stop this Biafra from coming. Tell the people in Enugu Ezike, the few of them, not all of them. Oh,
but there is one thing I want all of us to understand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be. until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you.
They bought them.
Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Ekpa, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't.
Not at all.
Not in a trillion. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Oraeri, the same God of Oweeri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not if you know about the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them.
Their own is not even house. Their own is not even Dubai. Their own is ordinary salary. Ordinary salary that maybe is 10,000, 30,000, something like ordinary salary. It is not even Dubai or buy a house in Kuwait or anything. No, ordinary salary. And they are all snapping picture. The picture they snap is so that they are going to show them to those who will pay the salary. And then after that, they become abandoned property. We are going to analyze about Dr. Malafia about there, later on, not in this particular broadcast again. So thank you very much for this particular program today, where we have now presented to you Nigeria as a global threat. I believe that the first 2 hours into this program have addressed, made a very big deal into the Nigeria as a global threat, and why Nigeria must disintegrate this year to make sure that we do not allow the calamity to happen. So we are going to open the telephone line, and we're going to receive a couple of calls, and I hope to end this program exactly 3 hours. We have 19 or 18 minutes to go. So we have 18 minutes to take calls. The line is open, and you can call us and air your opinion, and we'll move. You're welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening from here. Good morning from here.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Okay. Yeah, you are welcome. I really appreciate you for all you have been doing.
Thank you.
There is something I want to. I want you to put mark concerning
have
our
some distractions out here. Trying to attend some certain issues. So, my fellow Biafrans, we are back on the stage, and let's focus on what we have to do today. And the situation in Biafra land is really disturbing. It is disturbing. Every one of us is concerned, just like my beloved brother Maxwell have just spoken here. It is something of concern. But this is something that we have been warned about before now. If any one of us is pretending not to know that these things are going to happen, you are only deceiving yourself. People that are trying today and talking right, left, these are warnings that have been given in time. But what are we going to do? That remains the question. How are we going to protect our land? It has come to a time that everybody have to stand up and do something. Just like my beloved brother Mark said, you don't fold your hands. You don't fold your hands and wait for the enemies to take over you. You don't. We have gotten to a time when everybody has to take responsibility, because there are some things that have gone wrong. And doesn't it bother you? Doesn't it bother you when you hear the attack that the Fulanis went? That last attack that we are seeing on video, they are sharing on WhatsApp and all that. When you see, doesn't it bother you that that attack happened in the area where these people that are claiming to be Alpha and Omega online, these people that are claiming to be all and all online, the area where they occupy, that is where that thing is happening. That is where that issue happened. That is where the attack of the Fulanis happened. And with the attack that happened, they have nothing to do. They have nothing, only to come and make noise online. And there is no response. Every one of us, more especially people in Biafra land, we must be security conscious and stand at alert. Because the government of Biafra now is trying to rejig everything and make sure that things are being put in place. A lot of things have gone wrong. This is why we were worried initially after the declaration and the distractions that have been coming. Nigerian government have a way of distracting us whenever they're about to do something. Every one of us know that the Nigerian government is the one sponsoring everything happening in Biafra land today. They are sponsoring it directly and indirectly. It is not a guesswork. I'm not saying it to make them look bad or to make hurt anybody. It is the truth and nothing but the truth. Nigerian government is one, sponsoring every single atrocity you are seeing in Biafra land today. They sponsor it directly and indirectly. We have seen people confess of how the operations are being carried out. We have seen people tell us how the things happen in their presence. We have seen several informations come on things that happened. Do any one of us have a doubt? Of course, we don't have a doubt that Nigerian government is the one sponsoring. But what are we going to do as Biafrans? What we have to do today is to control our emotion, number one. Don't be too emotional about things. Don't allow somebody to control your feeling or somebody to control what you think and how you think. I mean your enemies. Do not allow your enemies to control your emotions. Don't allow the enemies to control your thought. That is one of the strategies and manipulations they carry out. Now, as the day go by, you begin to understand why Master Simon Ekpa was removed in the picture. If you can remember, there was a message Master Simon Ekpa preached. He said that the target is not him. That they want to take him out so they can get to you. They can get to me. It is not about him. They want to get him out of the way so that they can get to you and I. And unfortunately, they did what they did to an extent, using an insider to make sure that they keep Master Simon Ekpa aside for them to have the opportunity to do what they are doing now. They knew that the presence of Master Simon Ekpa put a stop to every attack, every single attack against the Biafran people. Master Simon Ekpa was able to build a strong barrier and became a hindrance to their progress. And they continue to plan their evil. Right, left, and center. They continue to plan their strategies and continue to plot all manner of things against our people. But I thank you that at the end of the day, we are not left without a leader. We are not left without a word. Every one of us should be patient, be security conscious, and support the government of Biafra, United States of Biafra, under Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, so that we can be able to regain the strength we had. There is no doubt that our strength was weakened. There's no doubt that they created a demarcation. There's no doubt that they dig deep in our midst. But I bet you all hope is not lost. We are going to seal up every loopholes that you are seeing today. It will be sealed up. It's just a question of time. It is going to be sealed up, and your support is highly needed. Your support is needed. Today, the Liberation Army of Biafra is being reshuffled and reshaped. You have heard about the admission into the Liberation Army, the recruitment that is going on. If you are able and you are qualified, you know you can be able to stand. Send in your application through that very contact that was given. Send in your application. Go to the government platform. You are going to see the email address. The email address is there on a Deputy Prime Minister platform. It's also there in the United States of Biafra platform. Do not apply through a form. Anybody that tells you of a form, come and fill a form, run for your life. Run for your life. There is no physical form filling anywhere. Send in your application through the email. You'll be contacted, and the government of Biafra will scrutinize you and take it from there. Application doesn't mean that you have been admitted. Once you send in your application through that email, then other investigations will be done about you. If you are qualified, you'll be taken for training, and you'll be listed, and again, you go into the salary scheme of the Liberation Army. wherever you are watching this program from today, I urge you in the name of Chukwu, do not give up. Do not give up. Every single one of us have a responsibility at this difficult time. Our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, is going to join us. Don't be too much worried. Don't be over, how can I put it? So many of us are too emotional. We are over emotional. The situation of our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, is not something that cannot be, it's not like that of Master Nandekano. The difference is very, very clear. With the status of our Prime Minister in Finland, with his status, and for the fact that he's in Europe, not in Africa, there's a great difference. But at the same time, the Finnish authority cannot leave their procedure or change their procedure because of you or because of me. This is a country that works according to law and order. They have the rules on how they do things, and we can't change it. It doesn't matter how you try, you can't change it. All we need to be is to be patient, be prayerful, and continue to do our own part and hold the sway for our Prime Minister until he joins us very, very soon. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. The enemy, they will always try to put in one argument among us. They will put in one thing that's one irrelevant argument, and we begin to argue about it and forget about what the main thing. We forget about the main issue and we'll be arguing about a different thing. Look at today. So many of us are channeling their energy, or go interview, don't go interview, go interview, go do it. That is what they argue. And now you forgot to talk about the critical thing that's happening in Biafra and the loss of life of a human being. The other day, I played a video, a report from Nigerian whatever, one of the organizations that checked and made a report that since 1999 or so, that 30,300 Biafrans have been murdered in Nigeria since 2009. I think from 2019, 2019 or so, that 30,300 Biafrans have lost their life. These are human beings. They are not animals. Haven't we lost enough people? Haven't we lost enough? Should we continue to be silent and pretend all is well? My fellow Biafrans, every one of us must be on top of this very issue. If you see something, say something. More especially people in Biafra land, don't lose your guard. We are getting to that stage where every man is going to be a police. If you know how you're going to arm yourself to defend and protect yourself, please do not hesitate to do it. Don't wait for anybody to give you a command. Because when you see the videos we are seeing now, they are going house to house. And they know that our people are not armed. They know very well that our people are not armed. If you know how you are going to equip yourself to protect yourself, no matter how little, please do so. Do not hesitate to do so. While the government continue to plan their own strategies and do their own part. The videos we are seeing is heartbreaking, and nobody will see that video and remain the same. Everybody is concerned, both those who are living at home and those who are living abroad. We are all concerned, and every hand must be on deck to see that we find a lasting solution to this very problem. And I bet you, do not be too over emotional. Do not allow the enemy to control your emotion. Do not allow the enemy to direct you on what to do or direct how you act. No. We have to take our decision ourselves and do what we have to do and do it now. My brother Christian, are you still there?
Yes. Yeah. Hello?
Hello, my brother. Go ahead and speak to us. Let's talk about this issue. I hope you have seen some of those videos that are coming out.
Yeah, I was a little bit aware. Did you play any particular...
No, I'm talking about the attack, the Fulani attack in Biafra land, and more especially the attack happening in Osu, I think it's Osumohu or so. The very place where these people, these online soldiers are. Videos came out from that place how Biafrans were massacred by the Fulanis. So, what do you have to say? I thought maybe it's not
yeah, the online soldiers, who are the, who do you describe as, who are the online soldiers?
Those that have come online all this while, they've been making noise that they are this and Alpha and Omega and they are in charge of this and all that.
Oh, well, oh, cool. You know, so, well, my dear brother, the whole thing is just shameful, but we don't give up. We never give up, you know. One of the...
It's like you have not seen those videos.
I've seen some. Some are very, they are not encouraging too, you know, because these things
very disturbing, very disturbing.
Yeah.
There was one that a family was wiped away complete family.
The
mother, the mother, the father, the children, and in-law.
What I find hard to, what I find a little bit more difficult to understand is why is it that when I see these guys like the Chede, you know, and all these other guys who are fighting a movement to secure our people, secure your own people, so that is where I begin to really wonder that it's incredible that, you know, every move they make, you know, you turn yourself enemy of your own people. When I saw that video, I think this was a recent one now where Chidi was boasting about our PM, right? I hope I'm in line. I think I'm not going off script, right?
You are kind of going off stream. We don't want to bother ourselves about all those people again.
All right.
We don't want to bother ourselves about those idiots because these people will always be there. Those saboteurs will always be there.
But the good thing, but the one good thing is that it's going to be very, very important that Biafran people continue to know who are their enemies, because at the end of the day, is the people. If you see, sometimes leadership or politicians, all these people, they don't know the importance, how important it is to have the people on your side. If you lose the people, like Biafrans, forget the fact that they subject them to poverty, subject them to all manner of, situation whereby they can give money, give food, recruit people here and there, because people are starving, things are not working. But the truth of the matter is that the people, they don't trust them. And when people you are governing doesn't believe in you, they don't trust you, it's just a matter of you nothing's going to work. Okay, again, like maybe, so if you see that Nnamdi Kanu, you see they're holding, the politicians know, the government know, the governors, all these Igbo governors, they know that if Nnamdi Kanu is released today, it's all this insecurity will stop. They know it. I am telling you the gospel truth. But the problem is that, and it's not like some of them necessarily wanted to continue, but because, okay, if you release a man, if you release somebody, releasing somebody incarceration doesn't necessarily solve the overall issue, because what you have to do is to listen to the person's legitimate concern and find a way to deal with that, because anything other than that is a waste of time, you know. And Nnamdi Kanu has made it very clear what he wants, because that's what Biafrans want. He's carrying Biafrans along. None of these politicians is carrying us along. No, they're just doing their own thing. Those are the March, the Soludos, all of them, the senator, all of them, they are doing their own thing. They are taking care of themselves. They don't care about the people. So if they release Nnamdi Kanu today, trust me that even the hardest criminal in Biafra land, we gave in. we share his word. I can guarantee you that. But the problem is that, and they know it too. These same people holding him, they know it. But because after that, then what? None cannot want what he wants, and they know it. And that is what Biafra wants. But those who are benefiting from this demonic system that will never work, that is going to collapse on his head, they don't want that because they are after their own, they're after their own interest. That is what it's all about. That is the simple thing that is happening. It's as simple as ABC. Trust me. Well, one might look at it literally and say, "Oh, you are looking at it. You shall." No, it is. If you live in Nnamdi Kanu today, 99.9% Biafrans, they believe in him, they trust in him, they will listen to him. But at the end, like I said, he wants what he wants. And what he wants is what Biafrans want. And these criminal politicians who impose themselves on the people, they don't want that. That is the crop of everything that you see happening. Now, even in Yoruba land, look, everybody's going to feel this drum, this rain. In few months from now, you will see what's going to begin to happen. Everybody is going to feel it one way or the other. Those who reach everybody. Okay, those who they say picking when saying I don't know how to but trust me that is bubbling, it's coming. It's coming very, very hard. The earlier people make plan or how to safeguard themselves. Again, that is where I wonder when I see all this in Genje Media, the Chede, and the rest of them. I begin to wonder on whose side do they want to be when chips are down? Where would they belong to? Because we are noticing all of them, and we are noting down those who are. So that is I don't know. So that is just the stretch of my brow. But the interview is Saturday, right? With Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. So, like I said, I'm not against it. If she goes there, and sometimes they say every publicity is now, not that. Let's just see. Let's just see. But it's shameful. I don't know. I lack words now to describe what is happening because I don't understand it anymore. Trust me, I'm as confused as you can ever imagine. I don't know.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for that amazing contribution. And every one of us has to be focused. Do not allow the enemies to control your emotion. Do not allow the enemy to dictate for you what to do so that you don't make a mistake. And every one of us have to do what we have to do in our own little way. If you are in Biafra land, you must be security conscious. It is a must. You must be security conscious, and if you know the little defense you can put on for yourself, do it now. While the government continue on their own strategy. The government is not sleeping. The government is not relaxing. That is why the arm of the Liberation Army is widened now. Is widened and expanded so that other people can be included. Because to secure Biafra land is a mandate that must be followed. While we wait for Master Simon Ekpa, we can't fold our hands and say we are not going to do anything. A lot of things are being done. The Secretary of Defense is on different missions, on different strategies, and I bet you so many things are going to happen in the near future. But meanwhile, don't fold your hands and wait. Don't just fold your hand and wait. In all the emotional speech, in all the let's do something, it is not enough to talk online. Some people will write a message, they will tell you, why are we talking? That is why sometimes when I see such kind of people, I either block them or I remove that comment. Why were you talking? Why? The same person that is asking you why you're talking, ask him what is his contribution or what is he's doing nothing. We have to continue to do what we have to do and create awareness. Creating awareness is one of the things we have to do. Those ones who are not online, you begin to call the attention for them to know what is happening. And also have it in mind that we can never have 100% compliance. It doesn't happen. It doesn't exist anywhere. You cannot get 100% compliance. Those Judas will be there. The saboteurs will always be there. And just like my brother Christian said, the only thing you have to do is to know them, be aware of them, and then stay clear from them. You have to be aware of them. That's the most important thing. You have to be aware of them.
Yeah, sorry, Mazichus. You know, I was a little bit, I don't know if you played video about that or if you said anything regarding that. Because that yesterday, I saw a video. If you don't want to go there, fine. But I just wanted to know, because I don't know, this Chidi, is he trying to become the another Asari Dokubo of Biafra land? Because I saw a video where he was playing and showing recruited group of people saying this, or do you think that it doesn't really matter? People like this, somebody who is coming out blatantly to show himself as ready to fight against Biafra actualization. What do you think about that? Because why do I say that? Is that for me, it's not today I know whom he is. You know, when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, he had a party in Canada. He celebrated his capture. I have a friend that lives in Canada, and we were discussing it, that he was just a pretext, you know, like they were protesting the kidnap, but in actuality, it was so then, since then till now, every of his actions has shown quite clearly, undoubtedly, that he celebrated the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. Why do I say that? Because what Simon Ekpa did is exactly the same thing that Nnamdi Kanu was doing, and he was captured, and he was praying for Simon Ekpa to be captured, and he has continued to say it today. So I don't know, maybe you've done it in the past, because I've not been around with you for some time, so I don't know, maybe that's why you say we should forget about them. But these are the enemies, so it's good that if you've done it before, fine, you know. So
yeah, just as I said, these people you are mentioning their name, you know, if you know me very well in my platform, I don't call people's name, because those people are irrelevant as far as I know. In as much as we say it sometimes, just for people who are just joining us yesterday, who are just new. For me, I have been in this very issue from the time of Nnamdi Kanu, when they arrested him in 2015. From that 2015 to Python dance and up to date, I have been there. I've been making my videos as an independent broadcaster before I fully came into the issue. So these people, even this Chidi are talking about. Chidi, I know Chidi for a very long time, and how he organized his program and what he does and what he does.
They are wreaking havoc, you know, that to the movement.
Even when he interviewed Nnamdi Kanu, when he followed Shore, before he interviewed Nnamdi Kanu with Shore and pretend to be part of us, I knew what he was doing. I have his own video. That is why even some people today that come, they will come and tell you, release Nnamdi Kanu, release. I know all of them.
Yeah.
That is why when they talk, I don't take them serious and I don't look at them. Many people that come to the national TV today and cry, oh, release Nnamdi Kanu, he's an innocent man, he's the brave man, he's the best man you people have, he's the only.
They're lying.
These are people, when you go to their platform, scroll down, you will see that they supported the kidnap of Nnamdi. Some of them supported even financially.
Yeah.
But today, you see what of them, they come and pretend. That's why paying attention to them is just a waste of time.
But it's exposing them. It's so exposing them to Biafra, because
you don't just pay attention to these people. That is why when I come here, sometimes I don't talk about some idiot. I don't talk about them.
Yeah, I can understand.
It will be a distraction to drag me back to where I have just crossed. And
yeah, I can understand.
We must spend a lot of time now talking about them. Look at what is happening in Biafra land, and people are dying.
But they are responsible for that too, you know. So that is why for you it's for you it's understandable. For us, we have to speak about it, because the more we speak about it, the more they are exposed to the Biafran people, the real people to know whom their enemy is. Because HED tomorrow is you just never know. So that
like these people are mentioning their name now, these people are irrelevant and they can't do nothing. Where we are having problem today is inside. That is where we're having problem today. This we are talking, they are gone and gone long time ago. They are gone. That they have nothing to offer. All they are doing is they are blogging. They just blog and create their content, and then they get their views and get their money. That's what they do.
Inside. When you sorry, I beg to. When you say inside, you Chidi, the likes of Chidi, they are not just bloggers. They have like I said, they are wreaking havoc. And they have a coordinated effort. And the way you say inside, I don't know, the inside are like the other, maybe the people who just break up from
those
the
people
government.
That just break up are the people that are creating the problem. It's not Chidi. Chidi and whatever have nothing, they have nothing to offer. These people are just a bunch of clowns doing their own thing.
These people, I don't see them as reasonable. The havoc you are seeing today, it's very, very clear, very, very clear. How can you now explain the fact that the people now, the area they claim to be controlling is where the Fulani is wreaking havoc? There are certain things sometimes people force me to say things I won't say here. There are some informations we have that we can't put it online. I'm not here to discourage Biafrans or make Biafrans to begin to feel bad. My duty as a media of the government is to promote the government and make sure that Biafrans are in line, strengthen the Biafran and encourage them to move on to get to a destination. I won't come here to tell people what to do to discourage them and make them begin to get afraid. I won't come here to create fear in the life of Biafrans. The important and necessary thing is what I'm going to talk about and speak. When I say these people they are irrelevant. They are irrelevant. We know where our problem is. And most time what they do is that when something happens, they capitalize on that thing and they begin to show themselves off. Who are they? Yeah. Is it not Chile that came online? Chile came online, he called Finland government, he called Finland embassy and they insulted him. He was crying online. He came online and he was crying. He said, stop blackmailing Master Simon Ekpa. Your blackmail cannot bring him down.
Anyway.
These are people that are just using their platform to do whatever they're doing. And there are people who are doing the actual work today that are bringing everything down, crumbling everything Master Simon Ekpa, structure Master Simon Ekpa put in place. That's the people are supposed to be concerned about. There are people who have penetrated to the structure Master Simon Ekpa have put in place. Up to the state of taking instruments that we have bought, they have hijacked the instrument we have bought and they're using it against us. There are certain things we don't have to be saying online. I only try to touch on things, and let's not be creating fear or making Biafran to be distracted. And focus on the main thing, and let's get everybody together again, recover things, just like Master Simon Ekpa did. If you remember, this is exactly what happened to Master Nandekan. Master Nandekan, after his kidnap, ESN was hijacked completely. How many of us knew about that? Master Simon never spoke about it. If you can remember, Master Simon never spoke about it. Even while they were hijacked, he was busy trying to recover them. He was able to rescue good number of them before he announced it. So many people did not know what transpired. Many commanders were gone.
Yeah, let Mars say something. Mars.
Many commanders were gone and he never spoke about those commanders. He never spoke about those. He just kept it to himself. Until he was able to recover, and got a strategy to retrieve those things back. Then the announcement was made. We began to see this. That was when this Ejiofor was removed. Even then, people were fighting Master Simon Ekpa. Remove Ejiofor, don't fight Ejiofor. You can't fight Ejiofor when you have not yet retrieved what is in his hand. And when people knew that at that time, Ejiofor was in the midst of the ESN. He was almost at the aim of affair. So all these things are strategy by strategy. We should allow the government to do what they have to do. Don't work with your emotions. Don't work with emotions. Don't allow the enemy to control what you do and how you do it. Go on, my brother Maxwell.
Mazi Chuksa, I'm Namoche, I'm a Christian. You see, there is a saying in Igbo land that goes this way: what kills a cow lives inside the stomach of the cow. That is exactly what the problem. Our main problem is that those that have been, that you have been chasing the demons in the night has come outside in the daytime and accuse you of smelling like the demon that both of you were chasing in the night. So that is exactly what is happening. And do you know that they know some of the strategic plans of, look, when you have a foiled coup, a failed coup, the reason why they don't keep them alive, the reason why they don't keep them alive is because of things like this. They know what you know. You are a soldier, they are soldiers. Your officers, they are officers. You know command and control, they know command and control.
Mm-hmm.
You know strategy, they know the strategy as well. They know all let me just say, your craftsmanship, your rules of engagement. They know your marksmanship principles and the rest of them. They know all the rudiments. How are you going to deal with those people? It is gradually that you are going to follow these people to withdraw everything that is in their possession and weaken them. That is the reason why failed coup plotters are killed. They are quiet. It's execution direct. They don't pity them. You see, this is exactly what happened in this struggle. And I understand the reason why the government is taking it in a very low-key way. I know, I understand. Because it's something that you cannot go outrightly. If you go outrightly, you are going to destroy a lot of things. And remember also, they have connections with those people that are on the ground for us. So
because they are insiders too. Because they are insiders too. Unlike me and you, Mars. But Brother Chooks is an insider, and we respect him. And so let me not take your word. Yeah.
You see, so thank you, Uncle. They know all this. They know your movements even before. Do you know the reason why the Boko Haram goes a minute before the Nigerian army? Is because they have insiders in there that they are relaying information of their movement on daily basis.
Yeah,
that is what it is. That is one of the worst fights that you are going to fight. You are fighting yourself. Mazi Chooks, just imagine how can you fight your own shadow? You can't fight your own shadow. If you raise hand, the shadow will raise its hand as well. You move, it moves. It's like you are synchronizing with you. This is exactly what is happening. So gradually, we are going to get there. That feeding bottle that they are using to feed is going to be taken away from them. I believe that is a gradual process.
And that is the frustration. That is the frustration that is overwhelming some of them now,
Good. So it's a gradual thing. Let's keep it, let's keep piling, speaking the truth, however it is, however hard it is. Let's continue to speak and to our people and those on the ground, letting them know. Sensitization. You see our armies that they have in contact with. Sensitization is what the government of the United States of Biafra has to adopt now for our people on the ground, so that their mindset, you remember, our people in the forest on the ground, they are besieged with so many problems. They are besieged with so many kinds of things. I pity them. Look, during my own time, while this is convention, this is professional army, I spent roughly 6 months in the forest. My friends were fellow soldiers and animals. Whatever the animals eat, especially monkeys, is what we are going to pluck and eat in the forest of Liberia, a place they call Big Joe Town, Grambassa County, Liberia, and another place they call Sinai County, Greenville. You see, you live in the forest. That is exactly what our people are passing through on the ground. They are facing, it takes someone with mental toughness. That is why they train us for 6 good months. And after that, they continue to train you. You will continue to undergo training in order to toughen you are going to have a very strong mindset, to withstand any of those things. Rain will fall, it will beat on you. Sun will shine, it will shine on you. You dig ground every day in order to protect yourself. You prepare yourself. Sometimes you don't drink. That's what they call water discipline. Sometimes you don't drink. I'm just using my own experience to, look at what our people that are defending my mother's ancestral land, Mazi Chooks, are going through there. They need support. They need support. And it's quite unfortunate that we have a group now that has come out to begin to fight the body, the overall body that is controlling the whole this. But with time, like I said yesterday, they will fizzle out. And I said also on X yesterday, with time, they are going to fizzle out. There is nobody that is going to fight what God has placed that is going to survive it. You will go in shame. As long as it is not ordained by God himself. Amazing Nnamdi Kanu said it as well. The prophet of our time, he said it, he made mention of all these things that are going on today. They will come, they will betray us. That is why I always say, trust yourself. Don't trust me. Mazuchuks, don't trust me. You see me today, I am talking the way I am talking because of my conviction about my mother's ancestral land and the need for my people to get their freedom.
Yeah.
And my position also to come out and defend if necessary. That I would do. I have been saying it. You'll be hearing it from me. I will add, if it is 1,000, that one person that is going to make 999, that one person is going to be me. I promise you that, by the grace of God, because my mother's ancestral will be freed. These people that are doing all these shenanigans here, causing confusion, trying to put emotion, create division amongst us, will fizzle out. Trust me and trust God, they will fizzle out. These other people like what do you call them, Anyawon and the rest of them, those people are one Nigerianist. They are degrees. They are planning to come and rule Nigeria and also become senators, political appointment holders and so on and so forth. That is what they are fighting. Because that is the easiest way now for you to make billions, millions of dollars is to go and serve the Jew. That is where the money is. For those of them that are gluttons, for those of them that can sell their battery, their birthright for a porridge, they have no qualms going in there to let's go and make our own. That is the reason why they are fighting you, because you are putting sansan inside their gari and forgotten that liberty, freedom is one of the most important things in the human life. If you don't have liberty, if you don't have freedom, you are not a human being. Your dignity can be taken away from you right at that time. So that is how it is. Let's continue with what we are doing, supporting those that are worthy, to be supported. That is the COS and the generality of the United States of Biafra as declared 29 December last year. Support them and let's. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Maxwell. Fellow Biafrans, I think we have spent almost 3 hours here now, and we're going to be rounding up so that we can take some rest. I know my brother Christian is already really tired.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but God will continue to, pray for Biafrans and every genuine Biafrans, and we see what happens. For me, the conviction from long time, I already know that. Yeah, so it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter how shaky or whatever. But at the end of the day, it will happen. It will happen. It's just the things that is gonna, go happen along the way, and that is what is happening now. So many of these things. So, but yeah, that is it, bro. Mans, thank you so much, and Rachus, maybe we see again by the grace of God, and yeah.
Definitely, we see again, not by the grace of God. We will see.
Yes.
God always looking to see. We always see. Nothing will happen to us. We will see. Even in Biafra land, we will see.
Yeah. So yes.
The challenges is enormous, and I understand how everybody feel, and everybody get worried. And our own responsibility here is to encourage Biafrans to continue to hold strong, continue to stand strong. I understand how Biafrans feel about the whole situation.
Sometimes even we that are speaking to you people here, we feel the same way. We feel the same way. So don't think that because I'm speaking to you here or my brother Christian here is speaking here that we know everything or we don't have human feeling anymore. We don't feel the pain and all that. But in the face of our enemy, we are fearless. That will not make us to stop doing what we are doing. We will never allow the enemies to control our emotion or to control what we do or to dictate for us how we are going to fight for our freedom. We will not.